students, as we begin our research and our practice on finding evidence to support our claims and citing that from our research, we are going to use PebbleGo to help us with that. So we're going to use that website to actually do some of our research. And then we're going to fill in our graphic organizer about Thurgood Marshall, Ruby Bridges, and Brown versus Board of Education. You can see that you have 3 bullets. That means that you have to find 3 facts about these people or this event, and you're going to find that evidence in your research. So once we log into PebbleGo with our school credentials, we're going to come up to the green search bar, and you can start typing Thurgood Marshall, and you see I don't even have to finish typing his name, that it pops up and knows who I want to research. And in PebbleGo, just a few features that I want to make you aware of before you start your research. There is a yellow circle right here, and that allows the text to be read aloud to you. Now, if you use this feature, remember, make sure you have your headphones on and make sure that your teacher gives you permission to do that. But it highlights and reads the text aloud to you. Also, you might notice that some of the words are in red. If you click them, it will pop up a glossary definition and tell you what that word means. There's that yellow circle again, so it can read it aloud to you. So anytime you see a word in red, that means that it has a glossary definition in case you are unsure of what that word means. Because we want to make sure that you know what the words are that you're reading so that you can understand your research better, so that you can extract or pull out the evidence to support the claim that you're trying to make in your writing prompt, which we'll get to in just a little bit. Also, in PebbleGo, there are tabs up across the top. So you see we're on the Introduction tab. Then you can click on Early Life and find out about Thurgood Marshall's early life. The 3rd tab is Life's Work. The 4th tab is Later Years. And the 5th tab is Contributions. I want to go back to the 3rd tab for just a minute because we see those red words again, but then also I really kind of want to give you a hint. Make sure that you are paying attention to this tab because remember, one of your topics is Brown versus Board of Education. Remember, on that graphic organizer that you have to research about Brown versus Board of Education. So you'll really want to pay attention to this tab as well. Now, when you get ready to cite where you got this information from, remember it is important for us to always give credit where we get our research information from, especially things that we are not creating from scratch, things that we are not coming up with on our own. We have to get credit for where we got them from. So if you look for that kind of yellow orangey pencil at the bottom, you can see that it says cite. If you click on that, then the great thing about PebbleGo is it makes the citation for you. And then you can just copy that into your final writing prompt, into your final product. So the citation information, again, we have to give credit to where we get these facts from, is right there at the bottom for you. So after you are done researching and finding the 3 facts about Thurgood Marshall, use that orange pencil at the bottom to get your citation information before you move on to your next person. Speaking of moving on to your next person, remember when you are done with Thurgood Marshall, make sure that you research Ruby Bridges. You just go back up to your search tab and you begin typing in her name. And look, I only had to type in 3 letters and she came up at the bottom. Just like we saw with our last person that we were researching, there is an introduction. There is that yellow circle again that can read and highlight the text for you. There are our red words that are our glossary terms. That way, if we don't know what they mean, we can find the definition. There is a tab for her early life. The 3rd tab is about her education. The 4th tab is about her later years. And then the 5th tab is about her contributions. So you will use those tabs to fill in the graphic organizer about Ruby Bridges. And again, remember at the bottom, when you're done doing your research for her, use that orange pencil and click on it to get your citation, because it will be different than what you had for Thurgood Marshall. So get your citation for that information that you extract or that you pull out and find about her. Our next source that I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you time to research Thurgood Marshall and Ruby Bridges here on PebbleGo, but our next source that I'm going to show you is Groyer Online. So take time now and explore PebbleGo. Use it to find your research about those first 2 people, Thurgood Marshall and Ruby Bridges. Use it to get your citations for that information, and then we'll go on to our next source.